Yo Brawlers, this is your man, Glass Chin, and you're watching Glass Chin's Boxing. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
It's a sort of rabbit in headlights type look as well. Looks at the corner too, he doesn't want to be there, Matt.
No, I think Frazer can get this over with very quickly here.
There was a look as he came up to weigh in yesterday when he finally realised the size and the task in front of him. And Frazer Clarke just teeing off on his opponent. Steve Gray wipes it off. That's disappointing.
So, Brawlers. I hate to say I told you so, but if you see my video on Frazer Clarke's opponent on Saturday morning, you would have maybe realised that I ever so slightly was disappointed with the opponent's selection. I wasn't expecting Pencho to last a round, and yet I was even more disappointed than I thought I'd be. I at least thought the guy would have a go and at least have some ambition to try and survive, but no, the man was out of his depth and quit before the fight even got going. I mean, it's hard to judge the guy too harshly, as the gap in class was huge and he could have got hurt in there, but at the same time he's robbed the people of their hard-earned cash paying for tickets to this fight. The British Boxing Board of Control, though, should bear some of the blame, as they should be ashamed of themselves for even sanctioning this fight. But same old story, the board just seem to make it up as they go along. It was only last month that they refused to sanction some of the opponents put forward to Steve Robinson, and yet let him fight Phil Williams, instead of some of the better quality names put forward. It was quite refreshing to see Frazer Clarke keeping it real after the fight. He was angry and embarrassed to be part of that complete mismatch, and he let his feelings well known. Fair play to the man. Ben Shalom is bearing the brunt of the abuse online at the moment, but just try to remember, Brawlers, that he's the promoter and he's not the matchmaker. He may have not even seen Pencho prior to Saturday night. The matchmakers for this fight were Carl Greaves and Philip Jones, I believe. This fight was put together last minute, so there's a good chance of the conversation between them and Ben went something like this. We've got this 22-year-old Bulgarian. He's 6'5" and undefeated at 7-0. He shouldn't cause Clarke too many troubles, as the golfing class is quite big, but he'll look good on Clarke's record, as the lad is undefeated, and maybe give him a couple of rounds. Before Clarke blasts him out. Yes, lads, I'll have some of that. The casual market will lap it up. 7-0, bosh. Well, you can't blame Ben for saying I'll have some of that. Truth is, his team need to do a better job, and the British Boxing Board of Control need to do a better job in general, as there's been a lot of mismatches in the last couple of years. I know last year and 2020 especially there was a lack of opponents due to the pandemic, but I liked the Matchroom Fight Camp slogan, no easy fights. The first season of Fight Camp was great, with some great competitive fights on them cards. So the board need to clap down on mismatches when people could get hurt. I'm not talking about your novices like Johnny Fisher and Nick Campbell. It's fine they take learning fights for their first 10 fights or so, but guys with top amateur pedigree need to be matched safer. Clarke needs to be matched better going forward. I mentioned Jay McFarland on a video I did Saturday. Jay may be tough enough to take him 3 or 4 rounds and will at least have a go while he's in there. He'll come to fight and he'll try and win. Mark Bennett took Alan Babbage a few rounds. Kamil Sokolowski doesn't win many, but he's as game as they come and he's a very tough man and a very hard man to stop. Nick Webb is another guy that could give Clarke some rounds and give Clarke enough so that Clarke is mindful of what's coming back at him. Nick Webb may have been knocked out a couple of times, but he'll at least try and win, and he does carry power. With Clarke's amateur background, it shouldn't be long before he's ready to fight gatekeepers like Eric Molina, Maris Wack or Christian Hammer, or even an old Kevin Johnson who's just cute and slippery and just knows how to survive the distance. So far he's nowhere near getting the quality of opponents that Joyce got when he turned over. Joyce fought Leroy Thomas in his 4th fight for the Commonwealth title. 10 fights in, Joyce had already fought and beat the likes of Jennings, Stavern, Astonoff and Hanks. Even fighting Ian Lewisham in his first bout was risky. Lewisham had just gone and won a big fight in China, and then he stretched Dillian White at 10 rounds. I mean, it's early days for Clarke, so maybe I am sounding a little bit too harsh on him, and maybe I'm expecting a little bit too much. But I really like the man and I want to see him do well. I think his style's more suited to the pro game and to longer fights. I'd like to see him in position to challenge for the British title by the end of next year. By 10 fights in, he should be ready to mix it with the likes of Nathan Gorman, Cash Ali, Fabio Wardley and David Adelaide. How far do you think Clarke can go, Brawlers? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, Brawlers, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.